Governor Stitt signs into law a concept Oklahoma voters, overwhelmingly voted down less than 2 years ago. It's something known as public infrastructure district.
News 4's Spencer Humphrey is here with the details on this. Spencer, what happened here? How was the legislature allowed to enact a measure after voters shot it down?
Yeah, state lawmakers asked you if you'd be okay with this concept of public infrastructure districts through State Question 833 back in 2024. You rejected that question in a landslide. So now lawmakers have simply passed the concept as a bill that didn't require voters to have a say. Governor Stitt signing into law this month a bill that will allow developers to create what are known as public infrastructure districts. To that, you may be wondering, what even is a public infrastructure district?
So let's say it's a brand new development that's going to be put in place, and they're looking to, okay, we're going to need to do certain infrastructures, i.e. water, wastewater, sidewalks, roads, any of those types of things.
Ordinarily, the bill's author, State Senator John Hast, says developers have to cover costs for those things. But now, developers can go to their local city or county and request the property they're developing be its own public infrastructure district. If the district gets approved, the developer can issue a bond to pay for all those infrastructure costs. Then, to pay the bond back, anyone who wants to buy a property within that district agrees to pay a monthly infrastructure fee.
And it's kind of like, you go into an area, you'll have homeowners fees and that kind of stuff. Same type of scenario, no difference.
If the whole concept sounds a little familiar, it's because Hast and other lawmakers actually asked you to vote on it through a state question in November 2024. There was a slight difference. Under that state question, property owners wouldn't pay an infrastructure fee, but instead would cover the cost through an additional property tax. State Representative Andy Fugate had a problem with the whole concept.
Consider a gated community that convinced a city council to allow them to do this. They go in and they build their own golf course, they build their own swimming pool, they build their own tennis courts. All of that in this language in this bill is, quote, public infrastructure. But respectfully, none of it is available to the public because you're only allowed to access it if you live inside that gated property.
Evidently, voters had a problem with it too, because they overwhelmingly rejected the state question 61 to 38%.
I heard from people who said that they were not in favor of levying new taxes and were surprised, frankly, that Republicans were pitching another tax, especially when people were having trouble paying for their property taxes. I heard from a number of people within the education system who were concerned about the potential for people to be voting against school bonds, the same way with municipal employees, county employees.
But Hast simply believes voters were confused.
The Attorney General writes language that explains the bill, okay, or explains the particular state question. Well, a voter going in there, it looks complicated. It's not simple, or they just look at it. Here's a long definition of what this does, and they don't understand it. And so generally the approach is you vote no.
And he says he was content to just move on until
the governor's office came to me, says, we think this is the right thing for Oklahoma. This is needed.
Which is why he says he reintroduced the concept with some changes, not as a state question, but as that bill, allowing his fellow lawmakers to pass and Governor Stitt sign it into law without needing to go to the voters this time.
Isn't it ironic to hear legislators talk about how voters are confused, and they're all the time confused except when they cast a vote for that legislator?
A trend Fugate thinks is growing too popular at 23rd and Lincoln.
It's a sad testament to a body that is supposed to be responsive to the people that we routinely ignore what the people tell us. Whether it's Medicaid expansion or medical marijuana or public infrastructure districts, it's clear that the people in this building don't really feel like they need to be accountable to their voters.
Now, Senator Haste points out no one will be required to live in one of these districts, and if a developer does want to create one where homes and businesses already exist, every single property owner within its proposed boundaries would have to agree to let it happen, or it'll get rejected.
All right, Spencer, we know you'll follow it for us. Thank you.